Hi everyone, I'm Pat Prokop with this edition of Weather and Nature for the end of October and the beginning of November and beyond. In this episode, let's take a look at the tropical weather outlook, our short-term weather, our long-term weather, some gardening tips, and a look at what's up in the nighttime sky. So let's get started right into the weather. So let's take a look at the tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center. Here is an area of disturbed weather that is expected to develop in the Caribbean Sea and another one in the Southwest Atlantic Ocean. None of these pose a threat to us. So looking at the computer models over here in the Southwest Atlantic, there's that system in the Caribbean and there's the other one in the Southwest Atlantic Ocean, and watch what happens as we go into time. The one in the Atlantic Ocean tries to develop and then is encountered into some winds and it just fizzles out. The other one over here in the Caribbean Sea is trying to develop around the Puerto Rico area to the Hispaniola area to the east of Jamaica. And over time, as we progress in time, it doesn't really quite get its act together. And it has issues over in the central and western Caribbean Sea, and then it just fizzles out after that. So it doesn't look like much of a threat at all in the tropical Atlantic Ocean for the next couple of weeks. Meanwhile, looking at the rest of the forecast, United States, and here we have it right here. High pressure to the north is giving most of the eastern half of the country under fair weather conditions for this latter portion of the month of October. Looking at a storm system over here in the southwest portion of the country in the southern Rockies, and that one is going to perhaps develop a little bit into some thunderstorms into the Texas area. Still not much going on over here in southeast Georgia and southern South Carolina. There's that low pressure system in the tropics that could pick up tropical characteristics and could pick up a name. Lisa, I think, is the next name on the list. And anyway, progressing in time, we go into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, as that trough gets stronger, pushes into the middle Mississippi River Valley for some moderate to heavy rains in southwest Missouri. Hopefully giving some more water to the Mississippi River. You know, it's at record low levels right now, and continues to push off to the northeast and fizzles. What about us? Well, we need some rain. It's been a while since we've had any rain around here. Maybe some light rain shower activity on Tuesday, November 1st, and then going into, well, not much after that. Our next chance of rain, not until, according to this model here, not until the Thursday, November 3rd, Wednesday night, November 5th, and or November 2nd, and then Thursday, November 3rd, and then passing on that, not much going on thereafter. So it looks fairly dry here. So let's look ahead even further into the future, into the 6-week outlook. Now, for us, it looks like it's going to be relatively mild. And looking at the forecast for the first week, from now until the next week, we're looking at above normal temperatures across the southeast, which much above normal in the north central portion of the country and below normal in the southwest portion of the nation. As we go into week 2, look at us. We're staying relatively mild, very mild up in the northeast. That's above normal for them. And then for week 3, we stay mild. It warms up in the middle of the country. Week 4, we stay relatively mild, a little bit cooler, but still mild, above normal. And then going into week 5, still very mild in the middle of the country, and we stay warm here in the southeast. And then in week 6, it looks like the same thing for us. Mild weather conditions. This takes us into, I believe, December 1st through December 8th. What about precipitation? We need some rain here in the southeast. And looking at the precipitation forecast, a slight chance for some light rain in our area for over the next 7 days, and that's mostly for Tuesday and Wednesday night of next week. But then after that, look what happens. It just dries out. Staying dry conditions across our area into week 3, week 4, week 5, and week 6. And looking at the 6-week forecast for our area, here it is right here. As you can see, I have it all above normal for the next several weeks, to slightly above normal to above normal. And this takes us, December 2nd through December 8th. And then dry weather conditions, maybe near normal weather conditions for precipitation for early next week. So we're going to stay on the dry side across our area. What's going on in the upper atmosphere? A lot of conditions with the jet stream. You have a strong jet coming in right now that's producing potential thunderstorms in that southwest Missouri and lower portions of the Mississippi Valley, but then watch it happens. It just falls apart as time progresses, and most of the jet stream is staying well to the north of us. That's why it's going to be so warm. Look at this southwesterly flow, the southerly flow pushing well up into southern Canada, and that's going to keep much of the portion of the middle of the part of the country, the eastern half of the country, under above normal weather conditions. And again, it just continues to flow off to the north of us. So we're going to stay relatively mild. This stream here may bring in some cooler weather for the middle of November, but right now things are looking pretty good for us. So with all that being said, what does it look like for outside? Well, with the expected mild autumn and winter, you might want to consider trying your luck with some winter gardening, particularly in the coastal areas of Georgia and southern South Carolina. Currently, right here in the Heavenly Backyard Garden, I have some green beans growing, and they're blooming right now, so I'll hope to have beans fairly soon before Thanksgiving. These are a bush variety. Also, I love lettuce, and this is butter crunch lettuce, and also I'm trying some cucumbers. Got cilantro growing. I just love cilantro on my chicken and fish, and some bush tomatoes. These grow to about the size of tennis balls and baseballs, some occasionally the size of softballs. I had great success last year during the winter with these tomatoes. I have them in big plastic whiskey barrels, which I can move into the greenhouse or garage in the event of a cold snap. And I planted in the ground last year my Christmas poinsettias, and now they're showing signs of blooming. Last year I was able to enjoy the ones I planted the year before that, before the hard freeze took effect and knocked them out in the middle of January. So what's up in the nighttime sky? Well, currently the planets are dominating the evening, starting off with yellow Saturn in the southwest. It appears as a bright yellow star, but looking through a telescope will reveal its beautiful rings. I took this picture just the other night. Following Saturn is now the brightest object in the nighttime heavens, other than the moon, of course, and that is mighty Jupiter. It is high in the southeast just after sunset. Again, looking at it through a telescope, you'll be able to detect some of the 4 Galilean moons, and at times the giant red spot. This red spot is like a massive hurricane, and it is so large you can fit 2 Earth-sized objects inside of it. Now that's big. Following Jupiter is the warrior planet, Mars. Mars is shining fiery ruddy red right now, and currently is the second brightest nighttime object, and will soon outshine Jupiter. Mars is high in the east by midnight and will dominate the nights through the rest of the year. Now, just above Mars is a fuzzy patch of stars known as the Seven Sisters, otherwise known as the Pleiades. Through the telescope, it presents itself as a beautiful blue haze of diffused light. The stars of the Pleiades are quite close to Earth, being only about 444 light years away. Astronomically speaking, that's just a stone's throw away. And nearby is the majestic Orion Nebula, now rising around midnight. The moon is just past new, and this last week of October will be waxing, with the first quarter phase to be on the overnight hours of Halloween into the nighttime hours of November 1st, reaching full moon status on November 8th, and that'll be known as the beaver moon, a reference to the time of the year when the beavers are hurriedly building their dams for winter hibernation. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and this helps the channel to become more exposed on YouTube. And if you like this sort of content, feel free to subscribe to my channel, Patrick Prokop's Weather and Nature channel. Just click on the subscribe button below on the lower right. And if you have additional interest in backyard astronomy, well, visit my main YouTube channel, Heavenly Backyard Astronomy. I have the links to these and my social media pages as well in the description box below. Enjoy this mild weather and hope that we get some rain to help keep the earth fresh. It's been rather dry for a while. And at night, enjoy the majestic wonders of the heavens above. Until next time, see you right here on YouTube or on Heavenly Backyard Astronomy. Bye.